Hey everybody, DM Kurt here, and I recently saw a video by Scott Garibay about the idea of product placement in Dungeons and Dragons in order to help grow the brand. I gotta admit, my first impression was no way, this is silly, this is ridiculous. But maybe it's not so silly. Maybe it actually isn't a terrible idea. Maybe this is actually a way that Wizards of the Coast could expand the hobby, get it out to more people, and after getting it out to more people, make more money, and we'll have more players, more people involved. Maybe it's a good thing. So I was thinking about this. People are going to be pretty resistant to the idea at first, but I got to remember we just recently saw a Wendy's Feasts of Legend or Feast of Legends RPG, and it actually got good reviews. People played it. It got played on Critical Role, and everybody who played it said, "Hey, this is just a really good time." We sat down. We acknowledged that this isn't the most serious thing ever. We had a great time around the table, and they loved it. Which kind of reminds me of my first time and only time ever playing the Paranoia RPG. It was a bit silly, and if you read the rule books, yeah, it is silly. But I haven't laughed that hard at a game since ever. So maybe there's a good spot for that. Now, product placement in D&D, how would you do that? The suggestion was brought up that in a source book, maybe a new faction of elves would wear red and white. Red and white is the colors of KFC. Okay, maybe KFC will throw some bucks at that. I kind of doubt it, but how about ads, a full page ad inside of the next player's handbook where it shows the players sitting around the table playing a game of D&D so that when somebody opens up their first player's handbook, they're looking at, oh, that's a table with, okay, there's a DM screen, that's the DM, and those people have players' handbooks, and there's dice in the middle and little representations of people and bigger representations of what look like monsters, and oh, everybody just happens to have Carl's Jr. sitting in front of them because Carl's Jr. put a couple bucks in, or maybe M&Ms. Who knows? Whatever they happen to have as their snack item is just happens to be a little bit of product placement thrown in. The other possibility is why not a collaborative where a company of probably food items, let's face it, the food around the table works. So your McDonald's or whatever is shown just placed around a table at a D&D game in a TV commercial where both Wizards of the Coast and McDonald's have both put in some money and collaborated on a commercial. It gets sent out, shown on primetime TV, and they just happen to be, oh, what are those people doing? They seem to be having fun, and oh, they seem to be enjoying McDonald's. So both companies got to get a little out of that. I don't know. It's possible. I kind of like the idea of maybe putting a few ads in the player's handbook. You could have some full-size ads on a page that's easily ignored. Just have some ad pages that are separate from your rule pages. And who knows? Can you imagine if some of those might become collectible of sorts? You could happen to look back at how collectible certain first edition DM's guides are. I'm thinking actually the deities and demigods with the Cthulhu mythos, the Nuhan mythos, that first printing that seems to have gone up in price and it's worth 50, 60 bucks or more. Imagine having a 4th edition player's handbook with Jared from Subway in it, kind of a multi-layers of fail right there. It'd be kind of collectible for collection's sake. I don't know. It's a possibility, and maybe Wizards of the Coast might try something like that. Would it be terrible? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and just let me know in the comments. Either way, DM Kurt. See you later. Bye.